This lesson is on asking and answering questions in Spanish. So the first thing that we want to think about when we're talking about asking and answering questions is verbs. So that's what we're going to look at in this video, very simply. What's a verb in English? We have a word like run, talk, eat. We know that these words can change too. We can say things like, I eat, you talk, he runs, so on and so forth. Think about if you know any verbs in Spanish. Here's some examples. Hablar, which means to talk. We have comer, which means to eat. And we have a verb like insistir, to, you guessed it, insist. This form of a word is called an infinitive. This means that it's in its most basic form, and it translates in this form, to talk, to eat, to insist. You might notice that all of these end in ER, AR, or IR. Every single verb in its infinitive form is going to end in either AR, ER, or IR. All right, this brings us to the other important grammatical feature that we need when we're talking about verbs and changing them, which is subject pronouns. When we're talking about subject pronouns, some people are like, oh, what's a pronoun? Well, you might ask someone, what are your pronouns? The options are things like he, him, she, her, they, them. So we'll go ahead and write those. He, she, we have they, them. Does this trigger your memory to think about what other pronouns are? We have I, you, he, she, it also goes here. We have we, and then we have you all. In the South, we say y'all. And then obviously we have translations for these in Spanish. Él, him, ella, her. Ella is actually the gender neutral pronoun in Spanish, so instead of using the they, them like we do in English, we actually have one that fits in third person singular, ella. Tú, yo, nosotros, and then we have ellos, which is they or them, ustedes, you all, similar to y'all, right? Okay, so now we have our pronouns over here. Let's make sure that's sticking well. So then we can change these words. So we might want to say something like, I talk. How do you think we would say that in Spanish? So we would start with the yo, I, and we would start spelling out this word, but then we would stop when we get to this ending here. And we're going to replace it with the O. So we know that the O ending is going to mean I. So you can say yo hablo. This means I talk. The yo is also optional. You can just say hablo, and this means I talk. We can say yo como, right? I eat. Yo insisto. I insist. All right, remember the yo is optional in all of these because it's included. Como, I eat. Insisto, I insist. Then we might get to the you form. Tú. Here, it ends in as. Tú hablas. For the ER and the IR, we don't do as, we do es. Tú comes. Tú insistes. Just like this is the start of what you need to ask and answer questions. So knowing how to use the yo, the I, and the tú, the you, we can ask and answer questions. This is how you could have a conversation with another person, and you only need these two verb forms. Here's how it would work. You could say things like, ¿hablas inglés? Do you speak English? You can see we don't need the do in Spanish. It's just, you speak English? There is no do, there is no does. The answer, hablo inglés. You could also add a sí, a yes. Sí, hablo inglés. ¿Hablas inglés? Sí, hablo inglés. You could say, ¿hablas español? Sí, hablo español. We could do it with comer. ¿Comes sushi? Do you eat sushi? Sí, como sushi. Or, no como sushi. We usually use the double negative in Spanish, but it's not necessary. No como sushi. No como sushi. You can see we're just using the O is the answer because we're answering for I, and the ES for the question because it's asking you. Do you like sushi? I like sushi.